It's time to pick football games. It's time to pick football games. What up, guys? Yeah, week 14 or something. I don't know. Yeah. So, real quick, just to follow up to last week and uh, the Jovan Belcher story. They played the game, and in the big scheme of things, I mean, nothing really bad came of it necessarily. I mean, I think my objection was more just that it was kind of just there's no reason to do it. It's insensitive to the not necessarily the family of Jovan Belcher, but to his girlfriend who he killed, and everything that came out of this. I mean, people were careful not to like praise Jovan Belcher, but everyone talked about like what a tragedy it was for the Kansas City Chiefs, and really, like, honestly, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs really give a crap about the main victim here, who is the girl, the lady, the female. Everyone's talking about how the team rallied around this or whatever. I mean, if anything, if they rallied around something, they rallied around the death of their teammate, who is a murderer, who is a woman, a domestic violence perpetrator. So, you know, in a lot of ways, why it shouldn't have played, because the only thing that really needs to be said is to say, fuck you, Jovan Belcher, for killing your girlfriend and the mother of your child. Like, killing yourself doesn't make it more noble or less tragic. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, just the way the media picks up on this kind of crap and like writes about it is pretty terrible, because it's all about the Chiefs and not about domestic violence, which is like a gigantic problem in our country. So yeah, I just wanted to wrap that up. The Chiefs really suck. Yeah, I mean, there's no way around that. Sure, they beat Carolina, but like, fuck, I can beat Carolina. Carolina's terrible this year, so yeah. I mean, that's my main deal with these like stories that the NFL tries to, or the narrative that the media and the NFL tries to weave with these kind of things. It's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. No one gives a shit, because if they gave a shit, they would do something about the fact that women are victims, and very oftentimes, not just in this particular case, but this kind of shit happens all the time, and no one gives a shit. So fuck everyone for pretending to give a shit. All right. Off the soapbox, let's pick some games. Football is such bullshit. Okay. I don't know anything about the games this week. I don't even know who's playing. I just know the Cowboys are going to play the Bengals, and they'll probably lose because they're bad. But, okay, first game, Baltimore, plus 2.5 at Washington. What's up with that? That's a weird, I guess it kind of makes sense. Over-under is 47.5. And I don't have the right thing open. Hang on here. Baltimore is plus 120. Washington's minus 140. RG3 is good. Baltimore is slumping. I cannot believe they lost that game last week. How do you lose a game like that at home against Charlie fucking Batch? You're terrible. And for that, I'm going to take the Redskins. So, oh, I can't believe I said it, even though I avoid typing it at all costs. Fuck those racists. But Washington will probably win the game. So I'll take Washington there. Oh, speak of the devil, Kansas City. Kansas City plus 7 at Cleveland. Over is 38, looks like. And the Chiefs are plus 270. Cleveland's minus 330. Kansas City is still not good. Although 7 is a lot for a team like Cleveland, who's also not that good. So I will take the Chiefs, which is also a racist nickname, if you think about it, over the Browns. Even though I kind of want Cleveland to like just run roughshod over the Chiefs, just to remind everyone that like all this like human interest stuff that we pretend to be interested has nothing to do with how good or bad a football team is. All right, San Diego at Pittsburgh. San Diego is plus 8. The number is 40. Over under is 40. San Diego's plus 330. Pittsburgh's minus 400. North Turner is finally gone, and there's finally some justice in the world. I mean, think about that. Think about how bad he was at his job for so many years, and he kept his job. I mean, if that's not evidence that there's some kind of good old boys network going on in football regarding coaches and general managers, then I don't know what is proof. I mean, thank God he's finally gone, but yeah, that team is terrible, and Philip Rivers loves throwing interceptions in the red zone, doesn't he? Yeah, I'm afraid he's a worse version of Tony Romo in a lot of ways. So, yeah, giving the Steelers here. Ben Roethlisberger is back. That's going to help a lot. He's just better than anything that they had going. Definitely better than Charlie Batch, and not that Byron Leftwich was any good. So, I like the Steelers there. Tennessee plus 5.5 at Indy. Number is 46.5. Tennessee plus 200. Indy minus 240. Tennessee just is definitely on the way down, and Indianapolis is on the way up. All because they're rallying around a fake cause in Indianapolis too, and that's that their head coach has cancer. And the fact that they're good has nothing to do with the fact that Chuck Pagano has cancer and probably will get it. You know, he's free and clear now, but you know, I don't know. That's what I don't understand. Like, if football players can't win just because that's their job, that they need some kind of bullshit feel-good story to win for, then that means they're just a bad team. You know, those great Cowboys teams, you know, who had, you know, how many cancer survivors they play for? None. Indy's just a better team. 5, I think they cover 5.5. I don't think Tennessee's very good at all. So, yeah, so there's that one. The New York Jets plus 3 at they're minus 3 at Jacksonville. Numbers 38.5. Jets are minus 145. Jacksonville's plus 125. Mark Sanchez, whatever the hell his name is still the quarterback. He's starting. Mark Sanchez could shoot his girlfriend and, you know, shoot his shoulder or whatever, and he'd still be the starting quarterback. I don't know what it takes for Rex Ryan to get fired. This is just a dereliction of duty on Rex Ryan's part. I mean, the Jets are going nowhere, so there's no harm in playing Tebow to see if he is any good or not. I mean, the thing is, he's probably not that good, and I think we all kind of know this. But at this point, it's like Rex Ryan wants the Jets to have, the worst record possible or something like that. The bad news is you're going against Jacksonville. It's just as bad, and they're starting a third-string running back. I tried to get him in fantasy, but he was picked up in both leagues. I'm in the playoffs in both my fantasy leagues, by the way, which sucks because I kind of hate football, and I hate fantasy football, and I hate that I have to care for another week. Yeah, the Jags at home. Am I supposed to feel good about that? Yeah, you know what? Let me take the dog here. Give me the Jags, even though they just fucking sucked last week. You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Jets. Jets will win. Yeah, Jets. All right, moving on. Chicago at Minnesota. Chicago is minus 3. Over is 39. Chicago is minus 150. Minnesota plus 130. This is a good one. Not really. Chicago's a lot better. Brian Urlacher's out, and he might be done forever because he's old, and he's not as good as he used to be, and he gets a pretty serious injury. So, Minnesota. I like Minnesota. Give me the home dog here. Give me the Vikings. I need Adrian Peterson to have a big game so that I can continue in the fantasy football place, even though I don't want to, except for one, because there's money involved. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll take the Vikes there. Atlanta minus 3.5 at Carolina. Over is 48. Atlanta minus 190. Carolina plus 165. Well, it seems weird to me that this line is so low. It should be a lot higher, shouldn't it be? Home field is 3, so they're saying Carolina is 6.5. I guess that kind of makes sense. Atlanta is the worst good team in the league. one of the worst good teams I've seen in a long time. They should not be as good as they should not have their record. They barely get by in their wins. They win games that they totally shouldn't have lost. And you know, again, a lot of people say that's the mark of a good team. I'd say that's the mark of a crappy team. Good teams dominate bad opponents. And Atlanta can't seem to do that. So I am going to take the Carolina Panthers. All right. Philly at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay kind of fucked me last week. They should have won. I don't know, or they should have at least covered, but they didn't. Philadelphia is plus 7.5. Philly's plus 310. Tampa Bay's minus 370. Philadelphia's one of those teams that I'm just not going to bet on. There's no way. That they're just not going to win. I don't think they're going to win another game this year, except maybe against Cowboys. Do they play the Cowboys again? I don't know. But the point is, Nick Foles, that sucks. Andy Reid is totally fired. There's no way he's going to keep his job. No LaShawn McCoy. Deshaun Jackson is out. There's no reason to think that Tampa Bay is just going to fucking pour it on the Eagles, which is good because fuck Philadelphia and fuck the Eagles. St. Louis is plus 3 at Buffalo. Over under is 42.5. Rams plus 135. Buffalo minus 155. I don't know what to make of either of these teams, probably because these teams are very irrelevant. Remember that song I was singing at the beginning of this deal? I have another song for you. It's called Football is Bullshit. Football is bullshit. And thank God I don't have to watch this fucking game. Give me the points. Rams. Dallas. Again, this line is hilarious. Plus 3.5 at Cincinnati. Over-under is 46. Dallas is plus 170. Cincinnati's minus 200. You know, this is one of those games that Dallas might win just because they like to fuck with their fan base. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, I'm clinging to this. Like I said, I'm guilty of what I accuse other people of clinging to this idea that Dallas might be a good team somehow. But, we didn't even talk about the fucking linebacker, the backup linebacker and nose tackle getting an accident. I just found out about that an hour ago. So I guess Dallas has something to play for, to remember their fallen teammate who was killed by another fellow teammate who was driving drunk. What the fuck, people? Why are athletes driving? I just don't understand this. If you're an athlete, if you're a pro athlete and watching this, you should never be behind the wheel of a car. Just have someone else drive you. Pay a cab, pay the town car. You can afford it. It's just stupid. Only bad things can happen. So, because I'm so anti-sentimental, I'm going to take the Bengals in this game, even though I should probably take Dallas. But I'm taking the Bengals as a matter of principle. So stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Miami at San Francisco. Miami is plus 11. Over-under that is 39. Money lines are, the page just refreshed here. Miami is plus 500. San Francisco minus 700. Oh, that's a lot of points. Do they just blow it out? Yeah, I think they do. Hey, how about Johnny Manziel? Speaking of A&M quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill, Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football won the Heisman. And he's a freshman, but he looks an awful lot like Tim Tebow when I watch him. So I just wonder if he's got the goods to be a good quarterback at the pro level. But man, do white people love, and especially, but Texans especially love rooting for someone like Johnny Manziel. So, Hanamanu. All right, moving on. New Orleans. Okay, where am I? Sorry. New Orleans is plus 5 at the New York Giants. Over-under is 53. That's hilarious. New Orleans plus 200. Giants minus 240. I've made this clear before. I don't think the Saints are a good team, but the Giants are definitely slumping. But I can see them winning this game. Yeah, Giants. Give me the Giants. Arizona at Seattle. Seattle is plus 10. Whew. Over under 35.5. Oh, what a terrible football game that's going to be. Arizona's plus 425. Seattle's minus 550. I was watching SportsCenter, and Chris Berman, the worst thing ever, picked this game. Seattle 27, Arizona 5. How fucking stupid is that? He's actually predicting a safety. Fuck you, Chris Berman. I'm going to take Seattle. Just because your stupid 5 number is the dumbest number of all time. Yeah, fuck you, Chris Berman. Detroit at Green Bay. Hey, Eric. And Eric, actually, I wonder if you guys will be watching this together. Probably, you should. Even though it's going to be a blowout. Green Bay is minus 6.5. Over is 49. Detroit's plus 270. Green Bay's minus 330. And this is a Sunday night game. Somehow, I thought the flex schedule was in place. Why are we watching this game? Why isn't the Saints Giants the Sunday night game or something like that? I don't think this is going to be an entertaining game at all. I think Green Bay is going to blow the doors out. Although it's in Green Bay and there's a chance of snow, 80% chance of snow. So in the snow, I would normally say that makes the point spread harder to predict. Because theoretically both teams will have a much tougher time doing things with the football. But since Detroit is a dome team, I will just say Green Bay will roll in this one. And we can all, go to bed early on Sunday night and have to not worry about football, which is nice. And then the Monday night extravaganza. This is a great game. The best game all week. One of the best games of the season. Houston, plus 3.5 at New England. Over under 51. Houston's plus 165, New England's minus 190. Man, this is a really tough game to pick. Fred and I talked about this a little bit earlier in the week. Man, these teams are pretty even. And this would give, I guess, one team an edge in the home field advantage for the playoffs. Tom Brady rarely lets me down, so I'm just going to say New England in this one. It's a tough one because Houston's defense is really good, but Matt Schaub, I don't know. It's a really close spread, and if it comes down to Tom Brady needing to march down the field to score a touchdown to win the game, that's going to happen more times than it's not going to happen. So, yeah. So there it is. Pretty boring picks. I'm going to go back to writing just because I've run out of shtick. Maybe if I take my shirt off. Yeah, now it's exciting. Woo! Look at my titties. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. How do I turn this shit off?